Have you ever stopped and wondered what really separates a big dream from a life-changing achievement? It's way more than just hard work, right? It turns out, success actually has its own language, and in this explainer, we're going to learn how to speak it.
So, what are the real ingredients? The secret sauce of triumph? Is it just about blind luck or pure raw talent? Or is there something more? A kind of blueprint that we can all learn and use? Well, that's exactly the question we're here to unpack. See, here's the thing. Success isn't built on just one pillar. It's actually built from a whole vocabulary of concepts, of actions, and really of mindsets. Understanding this language, this lexicon, is the absolute first step toward mastering the art of achievement itself.
And to bring this all to life, we're not just going to list off a bunch of definitions. No way. We're going to learn this language through a story. The incredible story of a young boy named Leo and his quest to conquer the Mountain of Echoes. He's going to be our guide for what it truly means to succeed.
Okay, so our story begins in this little valley called Oakhaven, with our hero, a young boy named Leo. And you know, like any truly great journey, it all starts with a single spark of ambition. A goal so massive, so seemingly impossible, that it just totally captured his imagination. To be the first person to ever conquer Silent Peak.
And that right there, that's our first keyword, ambition. I mean, for Leo, this wasn't some casual daydream. His ambition was this powerful, burning force, a deep determination to get to the top of that mountain and ring the legendary bell of clarity. But here's the catch. Ambition on its own, it's just restless energy, you know? It needs a vision. Leo didn't just want to climb some mountain. He could vividly see himself at the top, ringing that bell, and he could imagine the wisdom that would bring to his whole village. That clear picture, that was his true north.
And of course, with any huge ambition comes an equally huge obstacle. For Leo, it was a big one. He was born with a limp. The villagers, well, they saw it as a total deal breaker. They were constantly in his ear, telling him his goal was just impossible. And that external doubt, it became an obstacle just as big as the mountain itself.
So how in the world do you overcome something like that? The answer isn't really in the big dramatic climb itself. No, it's in the long, tough preparation that comes way before it. This part of the journey, this is the grind of perseverance.
And this is where we see this incredible contrast play out. On one side, you have the external challenge, his physical limp and all that doubt from others. But on the other side, you have his internal response, which brings us to our next key word, grit. It's that courage, that resolve, that acted as the perfect counterbalance to everything holding him back.
And you could see this grit in his whole mindset. He was diligent. I'm talking waking up before dawn every day to study maps and weather patterns. He was tenacious, with a spirit that just refused to let go of his dream. And his focus on his training was completely unwavering. You see, these aren't just fancy words, they're action.
So after years, literally years of this hard work, Leo hits his first major milestone. He wasn't just training his body, he was training his mind. He actually managed to map a brand new, totally innovative route up the mountain. That was a huge win before he even took his first step on the trail.
But you know how it goes. Even the most perfect plan can fall apart. During the actual climb, a landslide comes out of nowhere and wipes out his supplies. And look, this wasn't just a small hiccup. This was a massive setback, the kind of moment that would make most people just turn around and go home.
And this moment right here, this is the perfect test for our next word, resilience. Instead of giving up, Leo's toughness just took over. He adapted. He started foraging for food. He learned to actually thrive in those harsh conditions. See, he didn't just survive the setback, he was basically forged in that fire, and it came out even stronger.
And it's this resilience, this absolute refusal to quit, that leads us right to that critical turning point you find in every great story. It's what we call the moment of breakthrough, where all that hard work finally seems to meet a little bit of luck.
So what is a breakthrough? Well, it's that aha moment, that sudden, dramatic discovery that just changes everything. For Leo, it happened while he was stuck taking shelter from a nasty storm. But he wasn't just waiting around. He was watching, he was thinking, always looking for an opportunity.
His breakthrough unfolded in these really clear steps. First, he just observed the storm, and that led him to identify these really unique wind patterns on the mountain's north face, which revealed something incredible, a natural staircase carved right into the rock by the wind itself. All of a sudden, he had a whole new plan. That's innovation born straight out of adversity.
Okay, so, with this new path, this new hope, Leo pushes on. And this brings us to the climax of his entire story, the final climb, and the achievement of a goal that was years and years in the making.
I mean, just listen to that. Against all odds. Let that sink in for a second. That one little phrase captures his entire journey. The limp, the doubt, the landslide, the storm. It just hammers home the incredible effort and sheer will it took to get to that one final moment.
And that feeling, that moment, brings us to our most powerful word yet, triumph. See, a triumph isn't just winning. It's winning after you've been through it all. It's a great victory that holds every obstacle you've overcome, every setback you've endured, and every single ounce of grit you spent along the way. It's the grand finale of this whole lexicon we've been building.
But you know what? The story doesn't end there on the summit, because his triumph wasn't just for him. When he came back down, he created a legacy. He became a teacher, passing down the wisdom he had earned so that other people could climb their own mountains.
So you see, Leo's journey, it's not just some nice story, it's a blueprint. It gives all of us a powerful vocabulary, a set of tools we can use in our own lives. This is your lexicon for success.
Just think about the phrases we use all the time. Going the extra mile? That was Leo's years of prep work. Succeeding against all odds? That was him overcoming his limp and the landslide. And seeing his hard work bear fruit? That was the wisdom he brought back for everyone. His story shows us these aren't just cliches. They are the real signposts on the road to achievement. And the biggest lesson he taught everyone? The sky is the only limit.
So here's the big takeaway. This language of ambition, of grit, resilience, and triumph, it belongs to all of us. Leo's story has given us the words. So now the only question left, and it's the one that really matters, is this. What mountain will you choose to climb?